TV, 9:30 East Coast time. In the United States, our bumper's running, and Adele Didway is standing by in our green room with news to share and good tidings of great joy to bring to all. And our chat room's waiting. Our bumper's running. We're recording and streaming. Let's count it down to Studio 36 Alpha starting now. Hey, good evening. Welcome. This is PJNet.TV. I'm Coach Prasick, and it is Tuesday night. Everybody looks forward to Del Didway, who is a regular guest on our program and has been since God created dirt. It's been quite an adventure. Del is a great team player. He writes about a lot of great team players, and he joins us now from his studio, his study, his office, probably his home too. Del, I didn't really think you were going to make it tonight. You have an appointment tomorrow. I thought you'd be on the road.
We'll be on the road tomorrow heading to Indiana. I trust that I'm in the studio. I can't see very well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
can't see it at all. That's fine.
We're good.
But there I am. So we'll be hitting the road tomorrow, heading to Indiana, to Bloomington, Indiana, to Assembly Hall where the Hoosiers play. We will be at a game. Northern Kentucky's in town, and we're coming in. Michelle and I are going to. Michelle Bedlike Adams, my co-author, part of Hoosier. We're all going to be signing books at the game.
At the game,
yeah.
Not at Barnes and Nobles, not at Books A Million.
No, there's
at the game.
You know where you buy merchandise, and there's a little bookstore
okay.
Inside the arena. And so that's where we're going to be. So we hope that's I've never done a game. So that sounds like a hoot. Sounds like a great opportunity if we can turn that place holds 14,000. So if we can hold, we can get 1% to come by and
who pulled off that deal?
Indiana University Press had a little bit of pull. Obviously, they published the book, so they're on campus. And we were talking with the marketing team, and we just said, wouldn't it be great to do a book signing during a game or on a game day? Mm-hmm. And they said, well, we could try to get one in the arena. I was like, well, that'd be awesome. So Michelle's excited. Of course, she went there. So we were just texting her just a couple of minutes ago about we're going to meet up a little prior and get our credentials and everything like that, and then get situated. And tip-off's at 7, so we're going to be there about 5:30. Mm-hmm. And then gates open at 5. And we'll probably go through halftime, sign through if there are people there. We hope there are. And Michelle has a way of attracting folks, so she'll be out there harassing people. So we'll be and then for the second half, we'll probably wrap up and then go down and watch part of the game, and then hopefully have a good night.
Well, Del, I hope people are standing in line, and you don't get to see any of the game. I really do.
I do. We do too. We hope that. We hope that's a good problem. I'd rather do that. So we're looking forward to that. Then that's kind of the wind down for us for the year. It's been a busy 2 weeks.
What's been going on?
Oh my! It's I had to write some things down actually. It's
writing. That's terrible.
I jot them down. A couple of weeks ago, Angie and I volunteered out at the Christmas Cave, which is a local production here. And some friends of ours, I've blogged about it in the past. I haven't blogged for a while, but I blogged about the Christmas Cave and what it is. Some friends of ours, some good friends of ours, bought. And I should know the acreage, but it's a lot. These man-made caves where they mined gravel and salt decades ago here in our little area. And caves go on forever. And they're in the side of these hills, and you can walk through the caves, and they're pretty sturdy. And our friends have put together this Christmas display through lights throughout the caves. So you walk through each cavern. There's a story leading up about the birth of Christ. And it takes about an hour to walk through it. And it's become a really large production. And it's up what we call here in Southern Ohio a holler, right? It's what it is. I mean, it's there's no cell phone service. It's up White Gravel Mine Road, which is at times you can get two vehicles going,
Oh,
but most of the time it's one. So they've been running every weekend up through up. This last weekend was the last weekend, and we live in a real small rural part of Southern Ohio, but Saturday night they had I think 7,000 people go through it, and the week before they had like 10,000 people go through. So they had close to 50,000 people go through the caves in this month, which is amazing. Um, so yeah, I mean it's all decked out in lights, and it tells the story of Christ and the birth, and it's just fascinating to see. And you can go on and encourage anybody to Google it, White Gravel Mines Christmas Cave, and you'll see all the lights, you'll see all the pictures of it, and it's beautiful to put you in the Christmas mood. And we went out and volunteered. I mean, there's staff, volunteers of hundreds of people out there. So Angie and I did our little time 2 weeks ago,
hmm
and had a good from like 4 to 11. So it's fun. And
yeah.
then the next day, I was down in Cincinnati for the Bengals game, and on the way home, blew a tire, literally, not just a flat tire, blew a tire while I was driving. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I had to find a UDF, and
Yeah.
you know,
Not
uh,
much fun for the person behind you either, because that's scary when the car in front of you blows a tire.
oh man, I blew it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
struggling to keep it from going off the road. So I was able to pull off. Fortunately, it was at a little section because had I gone past the place where I blew the tire, it's like nothing for 60 miles. It's
hmm
just dark. There's nothing there. So I was fortunate enough to, it's sort of a residential area. So I was able to get that changed. And then the next day on Monday, Angie and I headed to Lexington, Kentucky, which is about a 2.5 hour drive.
hmm
And we signed Kentucky Passion at Joseph Beth Booksellers, which is an amazing bookstore.
hmm
One of the best ones I've ever been to. And John Wong and when you go to these things, Coach, you hope, right? You hope for a good turnout. There's
Right.
no guarantee.
Right.
It's a roll of the dice. But I didn't know what to expect. I was like, if we have 15 people, it'd be great. And John, as his first one, he was all
hmm
excited. He was out calling people and things, the right things to do because I don't have any influence in Lexington.
Right.
And there was this. We walked in. There's this big room of chairs, and I thought, what do we, what's going on here? Well, he said, I thought we'd do like a Q&A, and I thought, oh, really? Okay. Are we going to talk to a bunch of empty chairs or what? So anyway, came and it filled up. It was packed, and
Yeah, really.
it was. Yeah, I was thrilled. John was thrilled. The bookstore was thrilled. They sold out of books. We talked like 45 minutes. He kept asking questions about it, and it was a great evening. I
Well,
mean, it was really a great evening. We had a
well,
good
this
time.
is from the general public. What kind of questions would they have?
Well, some of them knew John because obviously he's from there. He covers
Uh,
the UK, so they know him.
hmm
And just a lot of the questions was some about the season, but some about the process, and some about what I learned as a not I knew about the Wildcats, but I wasn't an expert on them.
Right.
So I told him about why I learned to do what I enjoy doing with these books, and that's learning about the history of the programs. I know enough about them to talk, but I couldn't go. Learning all the history is the fun part of writing about Indiana basketball and Kentucky basketball, and so I enjoy that part. So I get to tell about my aspect from a outsider, what I perceive the Wildcats to be. And so yeah, we had a great evening, and it was packed. And
Unbelievable.
yeah,
Unbelievable. Just
yeah, I know.
outstanding.
I was
Now
like,
you'll get
holy
15
cow!
people at the game, when there's
I
14.
know. And so that was on a Monday night. We got home late, and the next night we went down to our local university and watched a production of a Charlie Brown Christmas, which was, it was a production, it wasn't a cartoon, so it was nice to see. And then this past weekend, see Friday, I'm sorry, Friday, Angie and I went up to Columbus, Ohio. Our Ohio Right to Life organization.
Mm-hmm.
Um, had in two senatorial candidates for the U.S. Senate to replace Senator Portman, who's retiring. So we got to listen to a couple of the candidates who are running for Senate, the United States Senate, talk to us about their views and their stances on life issues. So it was very educational there. Then we went out to dinner to. If you've ever been to the Melting Pot or a Melting Pot, highly recommend.
Is it a fondue?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we have one here.
Yeah. It's about hour and a half, 2 hours. You have to dedicate to the dinner.
Yeah, and try to keep your hands off the table because
you get burned. Yeah, you have your own stove there. Great experience. Yeah, obviously awesome food. And then we wrapped up that night by going to Fiddler on the Roof. Up at the Palace Theater in Columbus, Ohio, on a Broadway show. So we've had a full couple of weeks, and yesterday I spent all day while I was working taking pitches for Serious Writer from authors. So it's been a fun couple of weeks. It's been a blur.
Taking pitches, you said, right?
From authors,
not pictures, but pitches.
No,
okay.
pitches for the books. Yeah.
Well, how's it feel being on that side of the table?
Just as much pressure. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because I want to do a good job. And I mean, there were pitches I didn't say I'd accept them. I'll definitely look at them. And I hate to discourage anybody, so I all
right. So how do you walk that line? I mean, you don't want to discourage them, but you don't want to give them false hope either.
Yeah, I just tell them I didn't get the email. I'm kidding.
Went in my junk folder.
Yeah, I went to my spam. No, there are some things I'm learning some things about what to look for, because I think every author has a great story, and so you go back to the standard. What's your platform like? What's your marketing plan? Have you thought about this? So I'll look at them. Not sure I'll take anybody on, but I'll definitely look at them, and if I really like it, I'm gonna say, hey, maybe we'll. And there's been some times, and I shouldn't say this. I've pitched manuscripts for people I don't even represent, because I thought, well, I don't rep them, but I'll send it to a couple of publishers and see if they like it. Not every agent does that, but I've done that a few times, and so I kind of keep that quiet a little bit. But I'll go through them and look through them. I've got a lot of emails, a lot of stuff they sent me. So when I find time, I'll fly through them, and I'll see what happens with it. But it's a little bit of pressure, I think, because I want them to experience what I've experienced. So,
well, and you're sort of an exception. There's so many that want what you wound up doing, but in many cases they're so naive. They they're spiritually influenced to the point they can't see. They believe that God gave them this assignment to do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, did God give you the assignment to sell 1 million copies? I mean, did He say they're so emotionally invested in it.
I totally get that. I am too at times, but it has to be a fine line, because I try to explain to them going into it. Yes, it's a ministry. Yes, it's a calling, but it's also a business, and they have to make the best business decisions. Ultimately, it's what the publishing houses do. So, so we have to walk that fine line too. Some of them are, and if it's not something that it's I don't know if it'll sell, I'll say, work on it. Maybe come visit with me again in about a year or something, and we'll see what's trending. So,
I guess the deal is just don't slam the door. Don't leave anybody hopeless. Don't give them false hope. I had a conversation with a young man yesterday that reminded me of so many conversations I've had, and maybe the thing that I've developed might be useful to you and your peers as well. This is a fact. These facts are undisputed. No one on this planet is more excited about your work than you are.
Yeah.
And they should be, Dale. If they're not passionate about their work, they shouldn't be doing it. Right. So I get them to agree on that. And then I say, well, now that we agree on that, do you also necessarily understand what that means is that everybody else on this planet is therefore less passionate about your idea than you are.
Yeah.
And they've never thought of it that way. And that kind of
Okay.
helps me clear the emotional investment. I haven't written books, but I've developed software. And yes, it's your baby. You get emotionally invested in it. But then when everybody else isn't as excited about you are, you think you get offended. You get your feelings hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And there, I've got a couple of clients I've been struggling to find homes for their stuff. So I just take a break from it and revisit timing wise and ship it back out and see what happens that way. It's a lot of it's timing, a lot of it's you know what's trending right now, but they are starting to slowly make a comeback, which is a good sign. But yeah, I don't want to discourage anybody, but I also want to lead them on. And because I was discouraged by a couple of folks in our Christian writing world right off the bat, and I'm like, I'll never say that or do that to anybody. If I don't think they have what it takes, that's my opinion. You know,
You could be wrong.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, Albert Pujols was drafted in the 13th round. Of the he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Tom Brady drafted 6th round. It's
Yeah.
opinions of people. So I was told flat to my face during my first writing conference that I would never be published,
Hmm.
and that
Hmm.
really, and that that person is still around, and
What's
I'm still
wrong?
nice. I'm still nice to the person when I see this person. I'm not going to
Hmm.
say he or she, but
Yeah.
I'm nice to this person. Looked at me right across the table and said, "Dale, I don't ever see you being published." I said,
Really?
"Okay, thank you."
Wow.
Yeah, and
I,
that's
I
that.
well, but see,
That was
that's
my
not.
first.
Yeah.
That was my first Christian Writers Conference.
Wow. That's just the wrong
So
thing to say because you could
if
be wrong.
anybody gets told that, keep going. Don't let that.
Well, follow God.
Yeah.
If God called you to do something, just do it.
Mhm.
I just sent a message today to someone who, Dell. I mean, this couple, both of them have the voice. I mean, you would recognize it because you're a professional broadcaster. They've got the voice and they articulate they're a good package, a
Mhm.
good package, and they're off to a good start, Dell. They're really off to a great start. Okay, but I
Mhm.
sent them a letter saying, you know what, you're on a journey, and in this journey there are going to be many hurdles. In fact, there's going to be some landmines. I
Yeah.
said, just know that if you are pursuing what God has assigned you to do, that God is with you. And when those discouragements come, when that frustration comes, when that anger comes,
Mhm.
know that Coach is here. Call upon me for some encouragement. I'm behind you. And but you can't you as as the business world goes, you represent publishers who are trying to make a profit. Okay,
Mhm.
that's their focus. But the writers and the Christian writers, that's one of the priorities is to make money, but it should not be the first one, and it should be one among many
No.
others. Just follow your calling.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the numbers.
Yeah. Making the money's a bonus.
It is
Yeah.
a parenthetical side effect of a job well done that has the blessings of God. It's not the
Yeah.
purpose.
No. It's not. It's a nice bonus to have. I've
Of
got two
course.
books that are doing really well, but and the others are doing okay. It's okay.
What's the
But
two good ones?
this my first dugout and first down would do pretty well.
Well, first down, I own both. I've done both of your first
Both of them.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I think last year, first down two, come out, during the COVID things, and any book, it's having a rough time right now
Yeah.
that launched then. So, I mean, it'll find its pace.
Hmm.
So, and we got to promote it a little harder. But one thing it was when First Down Devotions won the CELA award for the best devotional.
Hmm.
Um, you know, we ran into the person. I ran into the person who told me that I would never be published down there at the conference. And I just walked up to this person, said, "Great to see you," with my
Yeah,
with my
trophy in hand.
yeah, with my plaque. And I say, "Good to see you." Didn't
Been
need
a
to say
long
anything else.
time. Yeah, been a
Didn't need
long
to say
time.
anything else. I was like, "I'll never be published," and here I am winning
Yeah,
the top award. So,
yeah. How many of your
yeah,
clients have won trophies?
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So, anyway, that's kind of a little.
it's hard to be gracious under those circumstances.
I was gracious.
He was rude. I mean, to you. I mean, that was terrible.
I didn't say he. So
Oh well,
you
whatever.
did.
Yeah,
So, but
that
yeah, oh
person.
yeah. But this person's told us about some other folks too. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, so don't let that discourage you. If you get told, I mean, to be told to your face, I don't think you'll ever be published during a conference. I mean, how would you take that?
Yeah.
First conference,
I paid to
like
have this
really?
meeting with you. Really? I mean, come
Yeah, it's like
on,
really,
really?
thanks. You know. So anyway, so don't let that discourage you. If you get that line thrown at you, just keep going.
How many more?
I was told no, that I couldn't interview Aaron Judge, and drove up to Cleveland and walked right in and sat down and talked to him. So don't
And
let the
talk to the
nose.
guy that told you no
Yeah, I
afterwards.
know. He was nice. He was doing his job.
Yeah, I think it's just
He
yeah,
was.
it's
Protecting his players. I get it. I wasn't mad at it.
how many more trips to Cincinnati are you gonna make for the Bengals?
Well, right now they're in first place, so I'll be down there this Sunday. I will be down there the next Sunday, and then I'll be going to Cleveland. So we've got the next 3 games, and who knows what will happen. They're in first place right now. If they play Baltimore Sunday, they could drop back to last place, or they could remain in first place. AFC North's just it's just congested. The only team that can't get in there is Pittsburgh. So yeah, if Cleveland would have won yesterday, they would have been in first place. So they're all within a half a game of each other. So it's going to be interesting. And
Well,
Cincinnati has
you're
Baltimore. They go to Cleveland.
you're a sports guy, so
Mhm.
I want your opinion on something. Um, Forget the drama, the personal drama, for a minute.
Mhm.
Set that aside. I'm not talking about the personal drama.
Okay.
How can a coach as good as Urban Meyer go from that good to that terrible?
Well, look at Nick Saban. Nick Saban, great college coach, goes to the pros, doesn't make it. Very few. A lot of it's because you're a great coach in college. Doesn't mean because
Steve Spurrier.
Spurrier, because you're coaching egos at the pros. You're coaching people who make more than you.
A lot more.
So how can they take you serious? So I think he'll find
He'll land on his feet.
yeah, I think probably with going back on the broadcast side at first, but yeah, that's a lot of it. I mean, they don't have his system. When you go to a college, they give you some time to get your system going. Your recruits coming in, it might take 2 or 3 years. NFL, you got 9 games, man. So you don't win, you're out of here. And I think that's part of it. It's finding a rhythm, and of course all the controversy around it didn't hurt or didn't
Well,
help.
yeah, and that can't. Yeah, I'm trying to separate the drama from the professional. He is a good coach.
Yeah, he is a good coach, but at the college level, we're finding out.
There's a lot of buzz around Billy Napier
Yeah,
at Florida. Man, it's he's making headlines and recruiting every single day.
you go back to basketball. You got Rick Pitino, who wins NCAA Final Fours, goes to the pros as a wash. You had Calipari goes to the pros is terrible, goes back to college where he's and does great. So I think it's those guys who don't coach egos as much
Yeah,
in college. So I mean there are some egos there, but
the one that hurt me the most was Bart Starr.
yeah,
I mean, he was my hero. I mean,
yeah,
he was my idol, and to
great,
see what happened to him, just
mm,
it broke my heart. He's a
well,
good
great coach.
man.
Great players, don't make great coaches either. So it doesn't mean you're going to be
Yeah.
a great coach. So
Well,
a lot
there
of
was some talk about Deion Sanders coming to be the head coach of Florida State. And I thought, Deion was certainly a good player and a good man. But I don't think he's,
I don't know how he's doing. I haven't followed this year how he's
yeah.
done with
Well, I
as
think
head
it's going
coach.
to take a little time. You don't that head coaching at a university such as Florida State is not what I would
Yeah.
call an entry level position.
Um,
So you never know.
but I've been writing about Florida this week. My Florida devotional, which I have to have done pretty soon. I've been working on that every night. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I really like. I mean, I like them all, but I really like the way this was shaping up. The about the Gators. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's flowing well. I'm liking. Did one the other day on obviously Gatorade and how that came about, and
So fact or myth?
what's that?
Gatorade. Is that a myth?
Uh, no, it happened down there. I mean,
It
that's why it was developed there, Gainesville. Yeah,
Okay.
for the Florida Gators, it was what's called Gatorade.
Okay. Well, ask them about love bugs because it's also
Yeah,
rumored that love bugs were a
yeah. I
lab
mean,
leak.
I just did one today about the Gator Flop, that historic play back in
Hmm.
the '70s. So
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about that.
Yeah.
So, and the challenge of the reader is, are you going to flop? When it comes
Hmm.
push comes to shove with you, are you going to stand up for what you believe in, your convictions, or are you going to flop?
Yep.
So I kind of like the way this is heading right now.
That's great. Dell, next time we see you, it will be not only after Christmas, it'll be after New Year's. So,
Yeah,
oh, did you get to
looking
go
forward.
caroling this year? Or is that
No,
still on
we were
hold?
not. We did not know what it went. So
Okay.
it's kiboshed again this year, and looks like everything. The whole world's shutting down again. Looks like so. Um, but yeah, we got to fly out here in a couple weeks to San Antonio. Maybe I don't know.
Hmm.
We're going to go to John Hagee's church and attend a service there,
Okay.
and try to anyway. But yeah, it's been a fun-filled blast of 2 weeks, and hope everybody has a great Christmas. And if anybody's in Indiana tomorrow, come to Bloomington at 5:30 to 7:30 to catch me on
Dell,
the show signing books.
I think some really great things are going to happen. That's almost miraculous. I can't imagine it going south, but I also can't imagine going into a little bookstore with
Well, I mean,
fielding Q and
it's
A's.
yeah, I couldn't either. I was just like really amazed by that because I thought I didn't want to tell him to discourage him. I was going to say, John, I'm not gonna have nobody here,
Well, but he should have
and
told you.
and poof, I was like, wow. I was like, this is great. So it went from 7 to we got out there about 9 o'clock. So it went 2 hours. It was
All
awesome.
right.
Nobody left. Room was packed.
Well, I hope you sell out, my man. I really
I
do.
do too, and
And
it'll be at Assembly Hall, so we're looking forward to that. And people are always in those gift shops buying things,
yeah,
but
of
I've never
course.
been there, but I'm looking forward to going there because it's a kind of an icon as far as college basketball goes.
Can't wait to hear
You know.
how that turns out, Dale. All
We
right.
may
Well,
live stream it tomorrow. We'll see.
Dale, you've been very good to us here at PJNet.TV. You've been very faithful, and we appreciate you teaming up with us. And we hope you and your family and all those you work with, have a happy and prosperous
Yeah.
New Year. We'll see you when that New Year gets started, and we'll get the report on the big deal.
Thanks for everybody being out there. Merry Christmas to everybody, and yeah, we'll just be safe.
We'll see you next year. Appreciate you, Dale. Del Didway, right here on PJNet.TV. What a great team of people dedicated to advancing the kingdom. So many different talents, so diverse in their craft and in their skill sets, all with one common goal. And Del is it's a real blessing to have it. It's a real blessing to have you. Those of you who watch and those of you who attend our PJNet.TV chat room while the programming is on the air, we really appreciate you. I'm going to sign it off for tonight. We've got new stuff happening. No, we're not taking the week off. We are heralding Christ Jesus' blessings throughout the Christmas season as we anticipate that day that we celebrate that. So go to PJNet.TV and find the schedule button, and you'll find out it's always there. Barbara keeps that up for us. I gotta go. Got a lot of work to do tonight. Can't wait to get started. I leave you with 2 questions. They're not multiple choice. What is the boldest thing that you've ever done for Jesus Christ? Second question is, when was that? The challenge would be, do not be satisfied with either answer.